Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you tonight with the UFC 185 results. Tonight, the main event saw Anthony Pettis going up against Rafael dos Santos in the lightweight championship fight. Tonight was a good night of fights. Honestly, I thought this night was going to be a little bit more dynamite with the big fights stacking this card. Roy Nelson versus Alistair Overeem, honestly, in my mind, was a little bit of a bore. And then you had Johnny Hendricks versus Matt Brown, which the fight didn't really go my way. Honestly, in my mind, it was a good night of fights, but when it comes down to it, I'm not really 100% sure if I got my $60 worth with UFC tonight. It just didn't seem like I never really got to that point where I was just really super excited in what I saw that was going down. But of course, in this main event, we saw dos Santos win the lightweight championship. Dos Santos basically won this by just making this a ground and pound game, something that makes him one of the best fighters in UFC. It was a payoff for him winning the lightweight championship. Of course, he made the gamble to move from Rio de Janeiro just a few years ago. I think he's only been in the UFC for a couple of years. This win will bring his record inside of UFC to 13-5. This fight saw Anthony Pettis in a whole lot of trouble throughout mainly the whole fight. He seemed like, the whole fight he was trying to get from behind, and he was never able to do it. Dos Santos basically was winning this fight with just kicks to the thigh. Which just weren't defended at all by Anthony Pettis. He kept on looking to set up that big right hand, but dos Santos was just too strong with the takedowns. I believe he finished with 7 or 8 maybe takedowns to do it. Dos Santos winning the lightweight championship. The fight was good. It just wasn't great. Pettis, around the fourth, was pretty much fighting for his life. He got his first takedown of the night, which didn't really last long. It didn't really take dos Santos that long to recover from being thrown down. He was down on the mat for maybe less than a second, and from there, he was able to reverse it to get right back in control of the fight. When at the end of the fourth, when they went into the corner, Pettis clearly told his corner man that he couldn't see anything out of his right eye, that it was too damaged. The corner guy basically was like, "It's all right. We know. Go out there and try and win the fight," because there's nothing they could do for him. Pettis, it looks like he had 8 takedowns on the night. No, I apologize. I wrote that wrong. Pettis was taken down 8 times on the night. Now dos Santos is going to move on with his 4th win in a row, moving into 13-5 in UFC. Now the light heavyweight champion. Dos Santos won this fight the same way as he won the fight against Nick Diaz just a while ago, basically with the same strategy. Just I'm going to kick you in your legs, and you're going to take it the whole time, and that's pretty much going to wear you out. Late in the fight, Pettis was trying to go for a last-minute Kimura, like with about a minute left in the fight. He was trying to lock that in. There really was nothing to that hold, because basically dos Santos rolled him over and trying to put him in a triangle, and then for the last minute of the fight, it seemed like they were on an alligator roll, just basically trying to lock in a submission on this. But dos Santos went to the cards. There was no way in the world he was going to lose that, and now he is the new light heavyweight champion. If you go back to a few years ago in my hype up video when I was talking about dos Santos, he really needed to get this victory. He has a loss to a Russian fighter whose name I won't even try to say, and now with the championship, he can pick a defender, and no doubt in my mind, he's going to want to go after that Russian fighter to prove that he was better than him. It is a loss that is, sort of haunted him throughout his last 4 fights now, and he's pretty much going to want to get that guy inside of the octagon, become a fighting champion, and prove that he is the best in his division.